Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts About the 40K Universe. I am your host, Gershwin, and you are watching One Mind Syndicate. Today we continue talking about the Adeptus Mechanicus as we get into the Electro-priests. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We post Warhammer 40K content every single day. And if you have any suggestions for topic ideas, comment down below. But with that said, let's get into 40 facts on the Electro-priests of Mars. An Electro-priest is a fanatical warrior tech priest of the Adeptus Mechanicus, who is able to wield powerful blasts of electricity as a weapon, which makes him a valuable member of the Mechanicus battle congregations. These lightning-shrouded holy men trail after sacred machines in the manner of pilgrims following the reliquaries of an ecclesiarchal saint. In times of war, these priests will raise a great chorus of praise to the Omnissiah, their weapons buzzing with murderous energy. Also known as Luminin, or the Spark of Life, Electro-priests exist as two lesser orders of the tech priest hierarchy, known as the Fulgurites and the Corpuscarii. They are fanatically devoted to the motive force, third of the cult Mechanicus Trinity, including the machine god and the Omnissiah, believing that all life and motion owes its continued existence to that divinity. The schism that divides the two sects of the Electro-priests dates back to the pre-imperial times, when this offshoot of the Mechanicum of Mars was still in its infancy. The forefathers of the Corpuscarii focused their worship upon the machine god. They believed his light would be brought to the galaxy. His energies were to illuminate the savage, and in doing so, bring more resources to their order. The Corpuscarii mounted great religious crusades to the end, expending a great deal of Mars's resources in the process, but believing the price worthwhile. Those early pioneers considered the Omnissiah's power to be infinite. Those who would become known as the Fulgurites were aghast when they counted the cost of such crusades. They were jealously protective of the motive force, the invisible deity that gives all creatures, be they mechanical or be they flesh, the power to move of their own accord. Believing their god's favorite to be finite, they claimed that the Corpuscarii were flagrantly wasting the machine god's power. They not only abused his divine energy in illuminating their ships, but frittered his power into the ether by channeling blasts of electricity. Enraged at these accusations, the Brotherhood of Electro-priests fractured many times, and the First Conduit War began. To this day, Mars's surface is still scorched by the legacy of those bitter battles, and the dogmatic nature of all the Electro-priests means that this conflict will never truly be resolved. While outbreaks of open warfare between the rival factions of Electro-priests are now mercifully rare, on every Forge world, innumerable smaller hostile acts, both political and covert, still take place on a regular basis, and neither side can forgive the transgression of the other for long. Regardless of faction, Electro-priests do not see in the conventional sense. The channeling of sacred electrical force boils the eyes in their sockets, or else melts them so they run, global and bubbling, down the cheeks, a sacred phenomena the Order knows as the Omnissiah's tears. Corpuscarius and Fulgurite alike are grateful for this gift, for they need no eyes to see. They can sense the electromagnetic signature of both friend and foe, and perceive the world around them as a crackling vision of the motive force that powers all things. To the Corpuscarii, the galaxy's inhabitants are little more than dim ghosts of electrical force, just waiting to be sent blazing to the Omnissiah's side. The Electro-priest's sacred calling requires their bodies be hardened, conditioned, and electrosurgically prepared for the ordeal of hosting the motive force's sacred energy. They have become living batteries that not only absorb the motive force, but could conduct it wherever they choose. The wearing of heavy rubber boots is of paramount importance, for to simply ground the energies of their order is seen as wasteful by the brazen Corpuscarii and the miserly Fulgurite alike. Fulgurite Electro-priests crackle with energy stolen from those they slain in combat. A protective shroud of lightning known as the Voltgeist field surrounds them, and their rewired veins and electro circuits thrum with divine force. The Fulgurites are amongst the most blunt of the Omnissiah's disciples. These holy warriors do not slay their foes at range, but bludgeon the life from heretics and foe machine alike. It is the creed of the Fulgurite to tear the life energy from the galaxy, in particular, the bioelectricity that animates the living soul. Also known as the Brotherhood of Petrified Lightning, the Fulgurites wish to harness the animus of their foes and bind it to the Omnissiah, reclaiming the motive force and solidifying it with the power that dwells in the care of the tech priests. The Fulgurites believe that only those worthy in the eyes of the machine god should possess the divine grace of his galvanizing power. They would willingly render every culture that did not praise the Omnissiah totally inert, plunging the civilizations of the unenlightened into eternal night. This selfish creed is no ideal philosophy, but rather a holy crusade, and they fight for it, night and day. To the Fulgurite, to waste energy is almost as vile an act as to allow the unbeliever to use it for his own end. Rather than slaying their foe from afar, or committing what they see as blasphemy by using powered weapons, these priests stride bare-chested into battle, smiting their foe in person with long, haft electro-leech staves. These contain conductor rods that draw the energy from those they strike and store it in powerful capacitor cells. They can rob the motive force from an enemy war machine, leaving it cold and dead. More unsettling still, they can suck the bioelectricity from living creatures, drawing it out in one great draw, and harnessing it with their core capacitor so that the energy can later power the holy instead of the heretic. Those so struck will collapse to the ground, their corpse left cold and motionless as stone, while the Fulgurite strides onward, further invigorated by their holy work, deadly stave crackling with reclaimed power. The Corpuscarii are truly blessed with the motive force, literally running in their veins. In battle, the Corpuscarii advance, chanting litanies to build up the charge within their bodies. Incoming fire sparks off their Volkite fields, sending chain reactions of arcing charges crackling outward. At close range, the blazing fanatics can summon lightning at will, stretching out their electrostatic gauntlets to send jagged bolts of the machine god's wrath into the foe. Those struck by these sacred energies are granted the ecstasy of full-body electrocution. For a brief second before death, the unbelievers see the light, their paroxysm shaking them apart as their bodies burn from the inside out. Such is the generosity of the Corpuscarii, for their duty is to illuminate the galaxy and to bring the light to non-believers. And those were 40 facts on the Electro-priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. At first, when these guys came out, I really thought they looked stupid. They didn't look 40k at all. But now that I've gotten more into sculpting and I've gotten back into actually like converting my figures, I really want a set of these guys just because they look really cool and you can make some really cool conversions. And they already look grim dark. I mean, they're bare-chested fanatics running at the enemy. It's just too bad that GW is sold out, or at least as of the making of this video, GW is sold out of these guys. So I'm probably gonna have to go on eBay or something and pick up some of these guys, either secondhand or I'm pretty sure that there's some websites that sell new boxes or whatever. But again, guys, if you enjoy what we do and you want to see more videos, jump on over to Patreon. A simple $1 a month helps us create more videos. We have a creepypasta coming up this week. It's going to be over an Imperial compliance campaign that happens. So it's going to be Imperial Guard related, and it's going to be just mystery related, I guess you could say. Not so much a creepypasta, just like a pretty badass story. But again, guys, simple $1 really helps us out, and if you can't, we understand. Simply by liking, commenting, and sharing, it helps out the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. This was Gershwin with One Mind Syndicate signing out.